Now, have you heard of, Olivia?
Snus.
Snus.
I think.
Snus pouches. There were various kind of ways of saying it today. Anyway, that's it. I'm right in saying that.
Yeah.
They're little pouches of flavoured nicotine powder that look just like chewing gum. And when they're placed between the upper lip and the gum, they deliver a hit of nicotine, similar to smoking or vaping, but without the tobacco. So they're seen by some as a safer alternative. They've become a really big hit amongst teens and footballers, with 1 in 5 professional footballers thought to be using them. But are there some concerns around how safe they really are? Liv, what is your experiences of this, living in a football-y world?
Look at that face.
I hate them. I really hate them.
Get ready, Brad.
I literally first came aware of these about 10 years ago, before they really blew up, and that was when I started dating Brad the first time round. Because... Why do I always have to be so shady about him? It's awful. Because they're rife in football. They've been around for ages in football. There was a little period of time where a lot of Premier League footballers were getting pictured holding them outside their wash bags and stuff. And I think the appeal of footballers was where they can't drink that much, they can't smoke because it affects their breathing, their lungs. This was like the alternative to have some little something. But I was always worried about them. Not that I'm perfect and I don't have any bad habits myself, but I just felt that, a bit like vaping, it's the constantness of them that I was like, this can't be good. And then at the time when Brad was, using them and everyone was using them, we were at the dentist one day, we'd gone together, and my dentist, I think he noticed something on Brad's gum, and he said, and I basically threw him straight under the bus. I was like, well, he does those things all the time. Brad's like this, like, thanks. And he was like, honestly, it's so dangerous because it's the contact between the nicotine in your skin and the fact that you're doing it all day long, all through the evening. Like we were talking earlier, people that smoke, it's not as convenient now because you can't smoke indoors, you have to go outside. Whereas things like this and vaping, I think, have made it too convenient to kind of have this chemical influx
and
constantly.
Kind of invisible as well,
invisible.
isn't it? Because you can do it now.
Anywhere.
There's no smoke at all.
No.
Like, you can literally be doing this anywhere at all, in a train, on a bus. No one knows you're doing it. So I think, yeah.
My kids have told me about this. I've just realised I hadn't really been listening about how many teens are using it.
No, it's so bad.
Are you like? And they say, oh, they're all having this snus, and I was like, oh, is that like snuff when we were kids? Like, do you remember they'd put it on there?
What year were you born that you had snuff?
1908.
You look absolutely fantastic for your age.
It was the snuff at young age. But snuff was like this thing, and
like a smelling salt
from
thing.
No, it was like a tobacco, I think. Oh, and we would steal it, and we'd just like sit there sniffing it and tingle. It'd make your whole face tingle. But again, it was so rare, parties and stuff. People would have it. But like you say, it's this idea, because my girls have said, Mum, it's got to be bad for them. They've got it all the time in
constant.
their mouth. It's like nothing is good if you've got it all the time.
Surely that's going to burn, like you said, through the enamel and the gum. And...
the gums.
And also, it's just this thing of making it cool.
I know.
It's like making
The
it cool.
packaging's all
the fact that you can go into a supermarket and they've hidden cigarettes and all of that, but these vapes and these tins,
right there, and
all there,
and
all different colours and yeah, I think it's... And the problem is the nicotine is the addiction.
Yeah.
So they're going to keep you addicted.
Yeah.
What we should be trying to break is the addiction, really, which I know, from personal things is hard. But I don't know, I don't...
It feels like we've just shouted enough about vapes and absolutely scurrilous behaviour where companies are making them so kid-friendly. Why do you need a vape that's strawberry, melon, daiquiri flavoured? Why?
But they took away the menthol cigarettes for that reason, and then they brought out vapes in every flavour of the rainbow. It doesn't make any sense.
A lot of young people are getting themselves into the pouches because they're worried about when the vapes are taken away. It's like not guacamole. What's that thing when you got guacamole?
Yeah, whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole. It's like whack-a-mole. You're just like you deal with one thing and
the new thing comes.
Doesn't sound good to me.
To comply, apparently, with UK law, nicotine pouches currently commercially available do not contain tobacco. So this is why I think a lot of people dress it up. Oh, it's a healthier version. Of course, it's not. So you can buy these nicotine pouches, in most shops, because it is not a cigarette or an e-cigarette. They fall into a legal void, basically. So they're a bit of a no man's land in terms of where we're at. They aren't currently planning to ban nicotine pouches outright, but have restrictions in place, like adding nicotine nicotine warnings and age restrictions for under 18s. So it's
that worked
They
well,
listen to
didn't
that,
it?
yeah.
yeah, but this is exactly the thing, and there's always something else, isn't there? You know, it was just smoking when I was sort of a teenager, and now there's so many other things, vaping and everything else.
It will
It's-
take
it's
someone
quite
to
worrying.
become really ill to be the example that
Yeah.
we all go, oh gosh, maybe they're really dangerous and we shouldn't be having such easy access to them, which is so sad, but that's the way these things go.
Yeah.
Remember as well, they don't really want to ban them all
No,
because
of
they bring a
course.
lot of tax.
Yeah, that's exactly
Good
it.
thing.
Well, I would say a lot of parents probably don't know about them just
No.
yet or know exactly what they are. So hopefully that's a conversation started.
They do now because we've grasped.
That's it. Absolutely. You know it
It's all over
all.
kids.